Hello, hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this weekly solo talk with me, Benjamin Junior Bogonko. I hope you are doing fine wherever you're going to be watching me from. I thank you so much for making a decision to watch and follow these weekly solo talks. And if you're going to watch for the first time, I welcome you here for the next 30 minutes or so for me to talk about this topic here. What makes someone to have anger issues? I see all of you greeting me. Thank you so much on the comment section. I am sorry I'll not be mentioning your names, but for now, let me begin my discussion and my talk today about anger issues. So if you have anger issues, or you have a partner or a family member, a friend, a roommate, a co-worker, a stranger that you met online who has anger issues, please sit here and maybe somehow you will learn something. And also, I really want to request you to share the video to a friend or a family member, a spouse, your son, your child, your daughter, your cousin, a friend, your best friend. You can tag him or her on the comment section. And let's have a family of people trying to learn from each other about this thing called anger. When you look at me on a face value, I am sure you might think that I don't have anger issues. I look like I'm a very cool, calm, collected man. But personally, as Benjamin, yes, it is true. I have had my fair share of anger. I have broken stuff. The most expensive thing that I broke was a phone. And it was a phone belonging to one of my ex-girlfriends when I was so annoyed because of what she was doing at that time. And I remember in that scenario, I smashed that phone. I've talked about it in my podcast, how that experience was and what it meant to me. So all of us, in short, other than Benjamin and you is watching this video from all over the world, we have anger issues. But the difference is how you deal with your anger, how you manage your anger. That's the difference that we have from me and you, or you and your friend, you and your partner, you and your sisters, you and your brothers, you and your parent, you and your child or your co-worker. The way we react to situations and events that are happening to us that annoy us is what determines whether we have anger issues or not. I will not talk about the signs that you have anger issues. For me, in this talk today, as you can see the list, I've highlighted some of the reasons why you could be actually having anger issues. And when you look at the first one, childhood and upbringing, I put it at the first because all of us, we come from a certain family. You were brought up, whether you were brought up by the only parent or both parents, or you were brought up with a foster family. All of us, we have a genesis of where we grew up. As Benjamin, I grew up in this family. You as a viewer, you grew up in a certain family. So all of us, the way we were brought up shapes us on how to deal with anger issues. For example, let me give you a scenario of there are children when they were growing up. They witnessed their fathers, their mothers expressing their anger violently, breaking stuff, shouting, screaming, beating each other to express how they feel, how they are annoyed. So you can imagine such a child growing up, if it's a man or it's a lady, growing up in such an environment. As they grow up, chances are very high they might think that when you act violently, when you abuse somebody, when you scream, when you shout, when you break things, that is the best way to express anger. Another scenario is this. A child may have been brought up in a family where they're not supposed to say and speak their mind. And I want you to listen carefully if you're a parent who is watching me today, because statistics say the people who are really affected with anger these days are young adults. Me and you, if you're in the age bracket of between 25 to 55 or 25 to 45, these are the people who suffer the most with anger issues. And most of you could be parents, like you're watching me right now. If you were brought up in a family where you are told to keep quiet, don't scream, don't express what is hurting you. And most of us, even for me, I never used to express my anger because my father was always saying, hey, you don't do that. So you grow up in a family that you don't speak your mind, you don't express your feelings when you're annoyed. So with the time as you grow up, the anger that is stored inside you, in your heart, in your body, is too much. It's almost reaching a boiling point. And then you realize that out of nowhere, even from these social media platforms, people now can express their anger. You begin to learn that it's okay to speak your mind. It's okay to express and tell somebody, you have annoyed me. It's okay to tell your boss. It's okay to tell your coworker. But because you cannot do that, you cannot tell your boss that he has annoyed you, you express this anger to other people who are very innocent. And I will surprise you in this topic today that anger affects your quality of life. And that's the message that I want you to write there on the comments. Anger affects your quality of life. You cannot be angry and be happy at the same time. It's impossible. And if your quality of life is going to be affected, there are so many things that you're going to do very wrong. And some of them are actually hurting people, being violent, losing your job, losing your health, and doing very many regrettable things. Like you've had cases, people killing their spouses and end up realizing that, oh, I have killed her. Now I have to kill myself before they come after me. So anger affects your quality of life almost 100%. Look at the second point. Why does someone have anger issues? Anger issues comes from past experiences. All of us, again, I believe we have gone through experiences that could have affected us. Somebody could have abused you. Somebody could have told you very demeaning words about your looks, your skin color, your image, the way you look like. You see, even us, and I mean us, like from the black community, people have told you certain things at school level when you're growing up, that when you remember how they bullied and laughed at you, even family members may even make fun of how you look like. Like in my Meet and Mingle show, people make fun of how people look like. All these things remind you when you have grown up that the moment you hear certain things or certain words from certain people, they make you annoyed. Past experiences may also include things like somebody hurt you, an ex-husband, an ex-boyfriend hurt you badly. They betrayed you. They cheated on you. They went behind your back, even a family member. If they ever did that to you and then you meet another person and this person shows some signs that he or she is about to do the same thing to you, it might make you to become very annoyed. Check your past experiences. Past experiences can shape how you deal with your anger greatly. The third point that I want to talk about here is, thank you so much for all of you watching and commenting there. Keep on sharing the video if you are actually getting something from this talk today. The third reason why somebody could be having anger issues is because of the current circumstances. Current circumstances, I will give a very specific example like Corona. You see how Corona has really, the COVID-19 has affected people greatly. And I mean almost everyone has been affected. If you have never been affected with COVID-19, then I have no idea how special you are. I don't know how you are dealing with it or how you are ignoring the effects of COVID-19. But personally, you as a viewer, your friend, your family member, your father, your mother, your children, if you have young children, most of you have young children in the house, staying with them. I am a teacher by profession. These current circumstances can actually affect you deeply. And instead of dealing with the current situations positively, the first resort is to be angry. You become annoyed with your children, you become annoyed with yourself, you become annoyed with the COVID-19, you become annoyed with so many things happening around. And these current circumstances, other classic example is what we see, what we consume online. What you consume online can actually make you very annoyed. I'm very careful and specific about the things I'm watching and the things I'm listening to. Yes, I share my videos to so many groups, but these Facebook groups and the social media platforms and even with celebrities. When you sit down on a daily basis and you spend about 9 hours online to follow what's going on social media, you are consuming so many things at the same time, including the news. If you spend a lot of time consuming negative things, chances are very high you'll be very annoyed. You'll just become annoyed with life. You become annoyed with yourself. You become annoyed with your life. You become annoyed with everyone around you, your work, your job, your circumstances. Be very careful about the current situations and the things that you surround yourself with. I've done a video about dealing with negative people. Negative people in your adult life can actually make you to become very annoyed with so many things, including yourself, your life, and your future. Every time you sit down and you begin talking with somebody, when you listen to them, when they open their mouth, you have to keep on asking yourself constantly, what is this woman telling me? What is this man telling me? Is this person complaining? Is this person living in a world full of blame? You're blaming many people. If I sit with you or if I begin chatting with you, the first few sentences and the first few words that you use when I'm talking with you, I will determine whether you are actually a very annoyed person or you're trying to face the challenges positively. You're trying to deal with every situation with a positive mind, to deal actually with the anger issues that are affecting you with the current situation. Avoid negative people. Avoid negative life. Avoid negative groups. Avoid negative videos, negative information, negative celebrities. Because all those things, trust me, if you feed your mind with all these things happening around you on a daily basis, there are very many high chances you will always be very annoyed and have anger issues. I want you to look at point number 4. The point number 4 is kind of related to the second point, frustrating events. There are very many frustrating events that will happen, and some of them may include you want to start up something, but somebody just frustrates you. You want to have a relationship that is working. Some of you follow my shows. You are in a long distance relationship. You want your partner to do certain things, but that same person is frustrating your efforts. Some of you watch my videos. You live in a foreign country. You have your family members far away from you. You're trying to support them. You're trying to change their livelihood so that they become independent. They can live their own life, but they still frustrate your efforts. The more money you're sending, the more encouragement that you're trying to give them, the more advice you're giving to these younger people in your family, in your life, they still frustrate your efforts. There are very many frustrating events that when you sit down, if I ask you to list down some of the frustrating events that have happened in your life, you'll be shocked. So check again. Who is this frustrating you? Is it your coworker? Is it your company? Is it your job? Is it yourself? Are you even frustrating yourself? There are many things that will frustrate you in this world that will make you to become so angry and annoyed almost for the rest of your life. Number 5, the 5th reason that I put there on my list is environmental conditions. I live in Japan, and one of the things about the weather and the climate and the changes. Now, I'm doing this video today in September. After September, when it approaches to October, moving on to December, January, February, it's winter time. It's very cold. I was never born in such an environment. And the first time when I moved here, when I witnessed winter for the first time, winter looks really beautiful. Some of you are going to watch this video. You admire the images of the snow, the white snow. It looks really beautiful. It's very nice to take a picture. Sometimes I do videos wearing my coat and walking on the snow. But the truth is, it's very cold. It's extremely cold. And cold weather and extreme hot weather can actually make you very annoyed. Sometimes even here now in summer, which has been going on since July up to now September, there are moments when I was beginning to get so frustrated because of high humidity, high temperature. So if you live in some countries like the Middle East, where it goes so high, the temperature is too high, it might affect you because your body is trying to communicate that where you're seated, it is too cold, or where you're seated is too hot. Do something about it. And you don't want to do such a thing. I like nature. I want to walk out. I want to go outside. I don't want to sit in the house all the time. But in winter, I can't go outside. I can't walk. I can't see the nature. It is too cold for me. Such environmental conditions can actually affect you deeply and badly and make you to have extreme anger issues if you're not careful about the environment where you are. As I move on to the 6th point, feeling that your goals are not being achieved. Most of us, including me as Benjamin, I have extreme goals. Certain goals, like from these videos that I've been doing persistently for more than 4 years now, there are certain goals. When I get certain number of people watching my videos, when I achieve certain viewers, when I receive certain number of comments, these are milestones that I'm making every single day, week, and month. But the truth is, sometimes it's very frustrating. Even when you are, let me just not offend you in one way, just to say, like, when I request you to share my video, yes, indeed, I am relying on you to help me to share the video as I'm speaking right now to reach certain goals. But the truth is, every time you don't reach your goals, there are very high chances you will be very annoyed. People have marriage goals. People have relationship goals. People start up a business and they have a goal to get a certain profit by the end of the year. So the goals thing surrounds us almost on a daily basis. You have a goal to lose weight. You have a goal to gain weight. Everyone has certain goals in life. And at the moment you don't achieve those goals, that is when you begin getting annoyed. There are many people these days I see they're trying to open a YouTube channel, and then they have this notion that if you open a YouTube channel, you're going to make money. Others believe that from me in my videos, like here on Facebook, I'm making money. But the truth is I'm not making any money anyway. I'm still building my name, building my brand, building my channel to reach that goal where I can begin to monetize my videos and to get the money that people assume and imagine that you have. These things are very frustrating. If you look at this at the 4th point, in connection with this point that I'm talking about, point number 6, if you don't achieve your goals, you will be very annoyed, extremely annoyed. If you like watching sports like me, when you see those sports players playing and the game is almost coming to an end, if it's a football match, 89th minute, and then you look at those people, look at the fans. Sometimes I sit down and I'm seeing the spectators in the stadium. When the camera is moving around, you see the people's faces. That's the time you see men crying, kicking boots, people begin fighting, people begin abusing each other because their goals have not been achieved. Their team is losing. If your goals are not being achieved, chances are very high you will become annoyed in life. And as I'm doing this video, I want you to examine yourself deeply as a man or as a woman. Look at these lists one by one. I don't want to leave this video without you picking something. I want you to single out 1 or 2 areas that actually this is where your anger is coming from. I want you to think about the remaining 4 points that I want to share with you. Where is your anger coming from? Number 7. The 7th reason why you have anger issues is this. Personal offense due to unfair treatment or insults or rejection. To be rejected in this world whether it's on social media or in real life situation, to be rejected by your own family member, your father, your mother, to be rejected by your brothers and sisters, to be rejected by your spouse. It's one of the most painful processes in life. Rejection, insults, and criticism. People will always criticize you. In real life situation, they will always criticize you. They will laugh at you. They will criticize your looks. They will criticize your efforts. My journey in making these videos, which is almost more than 700 videos, it has been a lonely one sometimes. I've been doing them by myself, of course with you as a viewer. But the journey to success, the journey to succeed and to get to where you want to get to is a very lonely one. People will laugh at you. People will doubt you. People will not care about the effort. People will discourage you. People will laugh at you. And that's the world we live in. So these criticisms, the insults, whether it's through the comments or the messages or the feedback that you get in the inbox, and I'm just giving an example of social media life, but also in real life situation, if somebody criticizes you a lot, your coworker criticizes you, your boss is full of criticizing you, your company doesn't see your effort, the people that you're working together with, they keep on criticizing you. Some of them insult you behind your back. You don't know if they're gossiping about you. All these things will always annoy you. So my question to you is this. Do you feel that people around you, your family members, have been criticizing you too much? Do you feel you have been rejected before in your life? Because this could be one reason why you have anger issues. This is the reason why you're not happy about life. You have no hope about the future because looking back, nobody accepted you the way you are. And when you see yourself and you compare yourself with other people, especially with family members, you sit down, you compare yourself with your sister, with your brother, with your cousin, and you feel like you are shortchanged. Your life, people, or the people who really mattered, they did not show you the love that you needed. You are rejected. Then chances are very high you will be very, very annoyed with life and have anger issues. So you as a parent, as you're watching this again, let me remind you this. Even if you have one or two children, the way you treat them, the way you're raising them, this still goes back to you. You have to be careful about how you're treating these kids, how you're raising them, how you are trying to run away from that thing of favoring the other one against the other one. You have to be careful about your words and what you're telling this young child, no matter how young they are, no matter how many mistakes they make. Insults, criticism, and rejection are a true reason why most people have anger issues. You see it in your family. I am sure you have 1, 2, or 3 family members that are actually struggling with anger issues. And when you look at the genesis, how did it begin? If you really dig down to your brother, to your sister, to your cousin, to your stepbrother or stepsister, the way they were brought up, you will find out that somehow this person was really insulted, this person was really criticized, this person experienced rejection. I'm winding up with the last 3 points. Point number 8. Sometimes people have anger issues because of problems that a specific person has caused. And this is now what another person has done to you. Especially your spouse. Your spouse can really annoy you. If you're married and you're watching this, you know for a fact that your spouse can actually really, really annoy you. And they may not know it, or they may not apologize. They may not say sorry. Or they might think that for you it's okay. For you, you are strong enough to deal with it. Some people will annoy you from what they have done to you. They had a promise to do certain things with you. They didn't do it. You had a plan. You had a plan to meet each other at specific day, specific time. People don't fulfill the time. People don't care about the time, and they don't apologize. They don't even call to say, I'm sorry, I couldn't be able to come. Somebody tells you, I'm going to call you today. They don't call you. These are all reasons of daily reasons why we have anger issues. And people just annoy you. Your roommate promised to do certain thing. You agreed, but he or she does not do it. Obviously, you'll be very annoyed. But sometimes, remember again, anger builds up. If you don't speak your mind, like I said in the first point, if you are brought up not to speak your mind, not to tell somebody politely and calmly, you have wronged me. This is what you did to me, and I really don't want you to continue doing this to me. You suppress that anger so that you make the other person happy. But what happens every time you're suppressing your anger, every time you don't speak your mind, every time you are bottling this anger, one day it will blow up. And when it blows up, the worst thing about anger, it goes to the wrong person. Anger outbursts do not go to your boss. They don't go to your roommate. It goes to another innocent person. Whether it's here online, you just abuse somebody, you just accuse somebody, you post very nasty comments to another person. But the real anger is not about the person that you're watching or the person that you're reading about. It's about what other people have done to you. Those are the people that you need to talk to and address them and tell them, hey, you have wronged me, and I don't like what you said, and I don't like what you did to me. Train your child to speak their mind. When they are annoyed, they should say it. When somebody has wronged them, they should confidently look them into the eye, the way I'm looking at you, and say, this is what you did to me, and it is wrong. It is perfectly okay to speak your mind. When somebody offends you, you lose nothing, but you make the other person to know that that is not okay. Last but not least, look at this is where it gets interesting. Point number 9, memories of traumatic experiences. We have very many bad memories that if all of us had a chance to write books, if you had a chance to write a book and include both good and bad memories, if you are a writer, if you are a movie producer, to produce a movie about your past experiences, and somebody watches this movie about Benjamin, about Mary, about Patrick, I can guarantee you the past experiences which are very traumatizing, which made you so annoyed, they will still make you annoyed if they happen again. Every time I see winter, when I see the month of November approaching, when I see my calendar, today I was counting how many days do I have until December. Counting the days, like I sit down, I'm looking at the calendar, I'm literally counting from today until December, when the first snow will start falling. This snow thing has a very traumatizing effect to me as Benjamin. But I've learned to deal with it. Of course, as I said in this video, I'm not talking about how to deal with your anger. So some of the reasons why you are very annoyed and you have anger issues are your past experiences. Traumatizing and very frustrating experiences. Finally, the last reason why you could be having anger issues is because you have lost something or lost someone very important. Let me repeat this. One of the reasons why you are having a lot of anger in your heart, in your words, in your life, is because you lost someone or something that is very important to you. And I want you to remember this all the time. There are people facing a divorce as I'm doing this. Divorce is not a joke. Divorce is not easy. There's no simple divorce. Divorce is unloving somebody that you had plans to love forever. Losing the marriage, losing your children custody, losing your spouse, losing money, losing your integrity, losing your value and what people saw on social media or in a wedding ceremony that you had. Losing all these things is a very painful thing, and it can affect you almost for the rest of your life. There are people who have lost somebody. You have lost your mother. May her soul rest in peace. You have lost your father. May his soul rest in peace. You have lost a child. I've done a video about personally losing my own daughter. And I explained in my talk that after losing my child, my anger issues went to another level. I hated so many things. I hated even children. Just looking at a child, holding a child, talking to a child, even trying to have another child. I hated that. So I realized that losing her made me to have a lot of anger about myself, about the doctors, about sickness, about children, about being a father, about just everything to do with children. My question to you is this, as I finish this talk today. Look at the list of the people that you have lost. The closest people that you have lost in your life. It doesn't matter whether you lost them this year, last year, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15, 20, or 30 years ago. And I'm sorry I'm not bringing back the memories about this person or these people that you lost. The truth is, all of us, we will lose someone. It's a fact. It's a very painful fact, whether you like it or not. One of your family members that you're so close to will pass away. Until you too and me, we will also pass away. That's how life is. Please, look at the people that you have lost and ask yourself, since I lost this person, how am I dealing with this? I lost my mother. Is this thing affecting my life? I lost my father. Is this thing affecting my life? I lost my child. Is this thing affecting my life? I just lost a spouse. Is this thing affecting my life? I lost a job. Is this thing affecting my life? I lost money. I lost my fame. I lost a part of my body. When you look at a sports player playing so hard and then breaks his leg, do you think he will ever be happy again now that he can no longer play and he cannot earn a living? When you lose something that is so important to you, and I want to insist, losing someone important can make you to have anger issues for a very long time. Yes, you can lose some things. You can lose your money, your business. It's part of life. But when you lose someone, which of course is the same pain of losing something that you value, it will affect you and will have anger issues. Is there a solution for anger issues? That's the question. Do you think there is a solution? Absolutely yes. People have gone through therapy. People have accepted they have anger issues. People have begun talking. People have begun saying that I'm actually having anger issues and I need help. But I want to leave you with this message. Benjamin, the way I deal with anger, to me, anger is like water. Water, every time I'm sipping this water as I'm speaking, I'm trying to wet my throat because it dries up as I'm speaking. Water is life. Water has both positive and negative things in life. Water can bring energy. Water can bring electricity. Through water, I can do this live video. The same electricity that I'm using with the Wi-Fi, and my phone, and for you to see me, to listen to me, and for you to watch me, water is playing a part. That's the effect of water. The same water can be very negative if the water is too much. If it rains heavily where you are, and then it begins flooding, then the sewages block, and then all this dirt comes. The whole area is stinking. The water sweeps your apartment where you're staying. You have seen news of how floods kill people and destroy people. That's the negative side of water. For me, every time I'm annoyed with current circumstances, my past experiences, my partner, my family members, my job, my co-workers, and the people that matter around to me, and even you as a viewer in social media, I say that for me to deal with this person or this situation, I am going to act like water. And I decide, is this water going to be negative towards this person or this situation, or is it going to be positive toward this person or this situation? See your anger as water. Control your anger by being careful about what you say. Listen. Learn to listen. Two people talking at the same time, they will end up killing each other. One of you should keep quiet, even if it's very painful. Learn that violence is not the best way to deal with anger. People who have become violent, most of them, they are in the maximum prison cells as I'm doing this video. Some of them have been jailed for life. They will never get outside of that prison because of anger. And when anger is too much, you can do something that you wish you didn't do. So every time you are overreacting, whether it's a small thing or it's a big thing, remember that anger can cost you a lot. It can cost you money. It can cost you business. Anger can cost you a life. Anger can cost you dreams that you had to be with your child, to be with your spouse, to be with yourself, to achieve so many things that you wanted to achieve. Even me, as here on social media, if I expressed my anger to the viewers, to the negative comments that I used to get when I began my videos, I don't think I would be able to be where I am at the moment. Anger affects your quality of life. That is how I want to end this video. Anger affects your quality of life. You don't see me smiling just for fun, like faking a smile. You can fake a smile once, but you can't fake it all the time. People are seeing you. People can see it in your eyes. Something is bothering you. And one of the things that's bothering you is anger. But I smile because I've learned on how to deal with my anger to have a quality life, a good life, a generally happy life. And that's the message that I want you to get from my videos, from this talk, as a fellow man, as a lady, as a young parent, as somebody who is aspiring to do certain things in life. Anger will affect your quality of life if you don't deal with it now. I wish you all the best. Thank you for watching this broadcast. And if you liked it, please share to a friend or to a family member. Once again, I really request you to do that. You have no idea, your son, your daughter may actually need to listen to this to understand that anger can actually affect their quality of life that they are aspiring to have in future. Until the next solo talk, this has been Benjamin. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for commenting. And thank you for the feedback. Thank you so much. And I will see you in the next solo talk. Enjoy the rest of your day, your afternoon, your morning, your evening. Goodbye and take care. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.